Hello YouTubers, and welcome to another Mud Max metal detecting. Keen observers out there will have noticed this is not my usual coat. This is a rain poncho, and boy, it has rained. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the footage of what I managed to film in the field. I did manage to get most of the goodies on film actually, and then we'll do a finds table back home so I can really do the finds justice and share them with you properly. So let me show you what happened when I got stuck in, and then let's go and have a look at the goodies on a finds table. Okay, first find of the day, and we're back on the lead. But it's so true what people say. Lead equals old equals finds. That looks a bit worked, I'm not sure. But yeah, lead is never a bad sign, folks. It just means people have been working in the area. So don't dismiss it all as a negative. I know it can get on your nerves, but you know, you've got to have the rough with the smooth, haven't you? Okay, it started raining, gone a bit breezy. Just had that up. It's a tiny little buckle, but it looks too modern, too perfect. I've had them this size before and they've been medieval, but there's just something about this one, especially with that little bit at the bottom. I think that one's fairly modern. Can't be sure though, you never know. But tiny little find just off the surface. Intrigued by this one. I don't know what it is yet, but the numbers settled on a solid 60 when I got it out, and I don't get many solid 60s. It seems to be in that clump, and it is. Yeah. Oh, getting really revved up now. Yep. That's not one of those lead nails. It is. Oh, it's not actually a nail, it's a little rivet. Oh, that that looked like an emperor's head on a coin. So much. Ah, damn and blast. You tricked me, you fiend. You tricked me. Whew. Just got a signal that absolutely blew me ears off, and small wonder, because just literally off the surface is that great big huge clip. Look at that. Not the slightest bit of rust on it or anything. That's not been down there very long. Even the spring works. It's usable. Bit of WD-40 and we're in business. Well, we've just had an absolute deluge. It's lasted about half an hour, so the camera had to go in the pocket, and as you can see, the poncho has come out. Yeah, it was the only way really, and literally first target after the rain would appear to be a little hammered. Now it does look a bit worn, but I'll clean it up a bit. We'll put you on close up and we'll have a look. But yes, first target after the rain, a hammered coin. Happy days. Okay, being the Burke that I am, I've left my glasses in a different waistcoat. And so that being the case, I can't really see an awful lot of this. I think, is that a crown at the top? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm holding this the right way for you. But yeah, it's a hammered. It's bent. Was it a love token? Quite an expensive love token in those days if it was, I think. But yeah, I'm really struggling to give you a close-up of this because I've left my glasses in the other jacket. What a plonker. Okay, I'm not sure about that one, folks. At first I thought bullet, but I think it's all lead. And that kind of leaves me a little bit stumped because it's bullet shaped, but it's too long. I don't think they made the casings out of lead, did they? No. So I've no idea. Thought it was a bullet, don't think it is. Or is it? Okay folks, you've all heard of disappearing signals, haven't you? That one disappeared and I found it with a pinpointer. There's not really such a thing as a disappearing signal. Certainly not a good one anyway. Clearly when I moved the sod, I changed the orientation of this and suddenly the machine couldn't see it anymore. Probably knocked it on edge. But the pinpointer found it because the pinpointer works differently. And that's a lovely little Roman coin. So let's have a look at this on close-up, shall we? Okay, we have an absolute beauty. Absolutely loads of emperor head on this one. It's a proper stunner. A lovely, lovely example of a Roman coin. Now, let's turn it over and see what we can see on the other side. As you know, as I've told you earlier, well, if I included the clip, I haven't got my glasses. and that just looks like a splodge of nothing to me. So can you see anything on that? I think we have one of these coins where one side has been badly worn, and yet strangely enough the other side is mint, because on that side, no problem. Absolutely lovely jubbly. What a lovely little Roman. Very pleased with that. Okay, we have a pointy thing. It's not a perfect shaped pointy thing, but I can only guess that it is some kind of bullet. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Could just be the end of some kind of spike, I really don't know. But it's a pointy thing anyway. Well, that is the icing on the cake. We finished with a little tiny Roman right near the surface. That was double bleeping, that one. It looks absolutely lovely. But let's clean everything up today, I think, and do a finds table. I think that's going to make more sense than doing any more close-ups in the field. It's been rotten weather today. It's actually stopped raining now. Typical. Right, let's have a look at the finds, shall we? Okay, let's start in the order of the most crudded up of the coins. Oh, let me put you on autofocus, and then you can see that a lot better. There you go. Is that it? Bit too close. There we are. Yeah, there's not much on the other side of this one, but you can make out a head there. There's not a great deal of head there, but there is something. Yeah, this one's a little bit worn, but turn it over. You can see what I mean. There's a blob. There's an upstanding blob, but I'm not sure what Roman blob that is. So that one's been in the wars. Bring this one up to the camera. And yeah, can you see that there? There's an emperor's head on, but again, it's a bit crusty. It's almost like a cloud of crust coming in from the left and engulfing him. He's being consumed by mange, by mange. Yes, I'm afraid so. So he's fighting to survive, but he's losing the battle. Now, I had one of these the other day, and I've had another one. A very crude little tiny buckle. This one's even cruder than the last. I can see the groove where the iron pin would have gone, and I can see the piece where the iron pin attached. But that is really thin in places. You can see how small it is, and you can see how crude it is as well. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's got some age to it. I love little buckles. There's something about that little dainty size about them that just makes them quite fascinating to me. So, yeah, really enjoyed that. Oops, sorry, I just knocked the camera. Now, hammered coin. Very, very worn hammered coin, I think it's fair to say. You can just make out his face on there. I think it's one of the Edwards. Can you see that kind of little smile at the bottom there, at the bottom of the bust? And you can just make out a little bit of the curly hair. In fact, you can make out his nose as well. His face looks a bit weird, actually. I think it's a bit distorted by all the rubbing and the bentness of the coin. And there's hardly any lettering around the sides. It's just so worn. It's one of the most worn hammers I've ever had, actually. The pellets in the middle are pretty worn. You can see it's a long cross, just about, because you can make out a couple of parts of the cross going to the end. But boy, oh boy, that is a worn hammered coin. I've seen worse. I've seen people show me worse. But me personally, that's one of the most worn ones that I've pulled out. Bit of a slice across the middle of it as well. So quite a few of the finds have been in the wars this week. And that's the same case with the last one on the back side of it, the reverse. But on the obverse, oh my days, look at that. Oh yes, it's things like that that make it worth going out. For me, that's the cream on the cake. I just love it when I can see an emperor's face in that much detail. When you can see the strands of hair, everything really. He seems to have a bit of a strange blob on his cheek, so it's not a perfect coin. But as Roman coins often go, I'll take that all day, folks. I really will. And I shouldn't have any trouble IDing that. So there you go. There's the highlight of my day. Very pleased with that. I'm really pleased that I could share it with all of you. Hope you've enjoyed looking at those. Hope to see you out again soon. So until the next time, good luck, happy hunting, and I will see you soon.